guys. So, firstly, I'm extremely happy about one thing that a lot of people are taking interest in, taking up psychology in their master's level and actually excelling in this field. It makes me very happy as somebody who's been in the field for multiple years now. I'm really happy that the field is picking up so much and people really want to know more about this field and they want to get into it. So, firstly, amazing. I'm very happy. Now, second thing, the reason why I want to make this video is because so many people multiple times have asked me, how have you got admission in Christ University for clinical, because it is a prestigious course. Clinical in itself is pretty hard to get in. So this is something where whenever people ask me, I'm always like, I always give them answers, but I feel that, this will make it a lot easier for y'all. Because if anybody has this doubt in their mind, how do you crack that entrance or how do you get in? This is going to be very helpful for them. So I'm going to share a very honest experience with you, how I got through and what I actually studied before my entrance. And I hope that helps you as well. And in my next video, I will be sharing about, I am doing my clinical at Christ University. So I will be sharing about my experience here as well. So starting off with already eaten 1 minute. So what in all I used to prepare for the exam, basically I prepared questions on research. So I did a lot of questions on research. Like I learned about the basic psychometric tests, basic research related questions like parametric, non-parametric tests and all of that. Then I did biopsychology. So I focused a little bit on the biological aspects of psychology. Then I focused on general psychology. I think general psychology sort of covers everything. So I used only Barron. Barron kind of covered everything that I wanted. It covers all the branches of psychology. But when you look at the syllabus, then Barron I think is a very good book because that's a general psychology book which covers everything. And I think if you read through Barron, I think that should help you answer most of the questions, if not all. So these things that I told you, like research-oriented questions, biopsych-oriented questions or social psychology-oriented questions, these are questions that were covered in Barron. So if you want to go a little more in detail, yes, of course, you can always look it up the internet. But I think to crack the CUET, for me personally, Barron worked. And then came the interview. The interview was also pretty tough. Like I was asked very detailed questions. So that was something where I got a little paranoid because, they asked us, if you talk about a disorder, you're probably going to be asked about the disorder as well. So, if whatever you talk in your interview, make sure that you know what you're saying. Don't simply say something to impress the panelists because they are going to ask you questions on that. So, if you say that I know about autism spectrum disorder, that's my favorite disorder, you're going to be asked questions on that basis. So basically know your stuff. Like whatever you answer in an interview, be genuine and know whatever you're saying. That's very important. I think this was my personal interview experience where I had to answer whatever I knew. And I could not make up something and then say that I know and then I'll be asked questions and then it is a minus point for me, right? So know about the basic disorders, know about basic classifications in DSM, ICD, the basic. You should know the basic because you're just entering into masters. You will learn about it in detail in the masters. So I think these were a few things that I personally worked on and they worked well for me. I mean, I was able to get admission. Now keep in mind that there are two campuses. There is a Delhi NCR campus and there is a Bangalore campus that offers this course. So it depends. You can put your first and second preference and depending on where you get admission, you can, make your choice. So this was my, how I got through, how I cracked my entrance at Christ University. And you can always ask me if there are any other questions that you have related to this. But yes, all I would say is even in your interview, yes, of course, in your exams, you have to study. There are certain books, like I just mentioned, you can prepare from them. Cover your general psychology, cover your research, psychology, the psychological research, cover your biopsych, cover your social psych, like basics of everything you should know, basically everything that you studied in your undergrad, like basics of everything, you will be touched upon, maybe a question from child psychology or something like that. So that is how I prepared. So I used Barron personally, that worked with me. And in your interview, I would just still tell you, just be genuine and be yourself. And I'm telling you, that will definitely help you. Be yourself and only own the knowledge that you know. If you don't acquire the knowledge, don't own it. It's okay. I mean, if you don't know something, it's better to say you don't know than saying you knowing and then not knowing it, right? So of course, try to attempt it, but it's very important to, be very genuine. At least I did my undergrad there as well. I did my postgrad there as well. So I think there's something that I can say about Christ University, that you need to be very genuine. And yes, that's why they pick the best students, because, they're very genuine and honest in their responses. So that's about it. If there are any other questions, you can always contact me.